Alright, hey, my name is Craig and I work at GrandLAN. We taped a comic blog last week and unfortunately some technical difficulties. That's what happens when you work in computers, I guess. So we're going to take, I like the nod there, Eric. We're going to talk about 2 weeks worth of books in one shot this time. First from last week, Titans #1. Judd Winnick and Ian Churchill with their new re-envisioning of the Titans. This should be a no-brainer. This should be a slam dunk. You've got Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, Flash, Nightwing, Donna Troy, characters who are hallmarks of the DC Universe. This should be a very easy book to write. Judd Winnick drops the ball big time. It is a terrible read. It is directionless. It is part 2. Part 1 was published 6 months ago as a one-shot, so even though you're picking up an issue #1, it's part 2 of a story. Yeah, zoom right in on that #1. Send that right to Judd Winnick. This is not a good book, not my bag. Maybe yours, not mine. Also from last week, Criminal Volume 2, #2, A Wolf Among Wolves. Ed Brubaker's pulp, gritty story. If you love movies like Sin City, if you love cop stories, heist movies, anything like that, Ed Brubaker's been writing this book just for you because it's an amazing read. None of the characters are likable. That's the point of the whole genre, really. It's kind of a tie-in to a story that happened in Volume 1 called Lawless, and of course we have Coward, Lawless, and Volume 2, #1 all here at GrandLAN. But it's an amazing read. Check it out. On to books from this week. Let's start with Superman 675. Beautiful Alex Ross cover there. It's a big thing. Superman and Batman. Whoa. Superman and Batman are both going to have Alex Ross covers for a while because obviously that puts the bucks in the register. This is the end of Kurt Busiek's run, and as a person that was just coming in to read the last issue, I was completely lost. It's a decent book. Renato Guedes did some really good art. I enjoyed his work on OMAC, actually, just a couple years ago. But this book didn't do it for me. Maybe next issue. There's a brand new writer coming on. I believe it's James Robinson, actually. So maybe that's going to be a good thing. But for now, not too impressed. Talk about DC Wildstorm, crossing over with Dreamwars. As you probably know, in 52 last year, there were 52 Earths created. Wildstorm was Earth number 50 or 51, something like that. It's at the other end, and Earth 1 is of course where DC is, so obviously it was a no-brainer they were going to cross over. You'd think that would be the easiest way to go about it, but apparently the two Earths have merged, because where Rikers Island used to be, now there's Titan's Tower. And of course, the Wildstorm universe is responding to that, and the DC heroes are fighting against it. There's some really good fight scenes between like Majestic and the Teen Titans, some strange cameos like Superman and stuff. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. Keith Giffen, it's in good hands, definitely. Keith Giffen's a great guy, so it'll be interesting to see. I was pleasantly surprised by this book. Lastly this week, we're going to talk about Captain America #37. Obviously, if you've ever heard me talk about comics, you know I love Ed Brubaker. The man writes absolutely brilliant stuff, and this is obviously no exception. The previous issue I felt was one of the best books of the year. We've found out finally that Bucky Barnes has put on the costume, and if you tell a Captain America diehard, hey, we're going to turn Bucky into Captain America and we're going to kill off Steve Rogers, they would say, blasphemy. Ed Brubaker has managed to do that, somehow, over the past 36 issues, and he continues the thrill ride here. Red Skull and Dr. Faustus reveal that they're going to get their ersatz Steve Rogers out there and put a costume on him, and then there will be 2 Captain Americas. And the big showdown obviously is coming up. We also get an amazing appearance by Hawkeye, and of course the Falcon shows up as usual. Also both very good appearances in this book. It's an amazing book. So until next week, that's all for here at GrandLAN. Thanks. You didn't do